Guys, what's up? Welcome back to my floor videos. Today we are going to talk about some of the most amazing books I've ever read, but you've never heard of. So I was going through some of my Goodreads and I realized that there's a lot of books that I feel like I've never heard anyone talk about, but that I've read, that I've really enjoyed, and I think it's time someone talks about them. I'm not really sure if anyone has talked about them on here. I probably have in one of my videos, but yeah. So here goes nothing. The first book I want to talk about is a book that I talked about in my Books That Have Changed My Life video, and it is First by Lori Elizabeth Flynn. This book changed my life just because it was given to me, or I read it at the right time in my life and how I was feeling in that moment. So yeah, this book is about Mercedes, and she does this thing where she takes different girls' boyfriends and has sex with them for the first time so that they can give the girls a good first time. And I don't want to give too much away, but this is basically like a sex ed book. Not like informational wise, but explaining how girls like to be loved and stuff. So it really ventures into sex, sexuality, the different societies' views on those topics, and I don't know. It is just a great, fantastic read. I resonate with her, not in what she does, but her feelings towards sex, sexuality, romance, relationships, boys, girls. It's basically me as a main character. So I really enjoyed this, and I think this is an important book for, I guess, younger audiences too, just because, at least in America, sex ed is not what it needs to be. It's also non-existent, pretty much. I had a health class one day of learning about sex, so this was a very informative book, as well as, I don't know, diving into the real questions that people our age or people in high school have about sex and their feelings towards it. Another surprising read for me was That's Not What Happened by Cody Keplinger. I picked this up at a thrift store, read it I think within a week after I picked it up, and this was a surprise. I read this book and was kind of taken aback by it. It's not incredible, but it's also one of the best books about a school shooting that I've ever read. I like to read a lot of books about high school, and so there is the genre of high school, but talking about school shootings. I also think it's very interesting to see how different authors, I guess, present the information. This book picks up 3 years after the school shooting has happened, and they are trying to piece together what actually happened because the media and different people are saying different things about one of the girls who died. And so her best friend is trying to tell the truth about what actually happened because she was in the bathroom whenever it all went down. This book is very empowering, and I think the way it is presented is almost flawless. I had never heard of it before I picked it up. It sounded interesting from the synopsis, and only a few people on my Bookstagram know what this is, and most of the covers aren't like this. I don't know how I got lucky because some of the covers are real ugly. The next book is Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. This is a book that I do not hear people talking about. Jodi Picoult is very popular. I don't see anyone talking about this book or posting about it, and it's really upsetting because this is literally the book that everyone wants. It is a book within a book. There's gorgeous photos. Let me find it. There's just gorgeous graphics. And it's literally a book within a book. This girl, she really, really loves this book, and she falls in love with one of the characters. And she says, let me go in there with you, or you come out with me. That's basically what it was. And it's like these book characters, whenever the book is closed, they have this whole entire life. And it's just so... I'm rereading this soon so that I can read the companion off the page. And I'm really excited to reread this. If you would like to read it with me, just let me know. Because I think everyone should read this one. Literally what everybody wants, a book within a book. And no one talks about it. The next book is another book outlet purchase that I randomly picked up, and it is Modern Monster by Kelly York. This is kind of a cheese ball, but regardless, was I tense? Was I sweating? Yes. So this book is about a boy who is accused of raping a girl that he was at a party with, and it's him trying to prove his innocence. Yes, I know. It sounds like shit. But hear me out. The girl knows that she is wrong. She needs someone to help her figure out who actually raped her. I just think the guy in here is absolutely phenomenal. He doesn't really care that he's been accused because, I mean, he kind of he knows he's innocent, but he also is there because he wants people to understand that you need to believe women, even though he is the one who is being accused. And he takes it like a man. Like, he understands why she chose him, because she can only remember his face. This book shows that there are honorable men out there that will help women, and hopefully that's true. So I think this is a very fantastic read, just because it does take that perspective on, and it challenges the male, I guess. I really enjoyed this book, though. Next book is a book that I read this year, and it is The Child Finder by Renee Denfeld. I picked this up solely on the cover. Let's be honest, it's absolutely gorgeous. But this is a book that I think will stick with me for quite a while. It is about Naomi, and she is a child finder. She is doing this certain case where she's looking for Madison Culver, and as she's doing so, she is reminded of different memories that she has from when she was kidnapped. And it's just a very atmospheric book, but also very heartbreaking, and you get to travel along her journey of her trying to remember what happened, but also trying to find Madison. It's amazing. I love it so much, and this book really changed my feelings. I don't know how to explain that, but I read this and felt like a completely new person for some reason. The final book is The Watch That Ends the Night by Alan Wolfe. This is a book written in verse about the people on the Titanic. I can't ask for anything more. I have an obsession with the Titanic, which sounds really crazy, but a lot of people like learning about the Titanic. But this is a historical fiction book about a lot of the people that were actually on board. I don't really know what to say about this book because it is such a masterpiece and something you just have to read. Alan Wolfe really did it. He really went off and said, let me write a book about the Titanic and let me make it amazing. This is a book that I've read this book 3 or 4 times. I probably am going to reread it soon because it doesn't take long since it is in verse, and plus the perspectives are just so interesting. They're all a wide range of characters. So those are all the books that I've read that I've been amazed by and have not heard anyone talk about. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.